So hopefully, ah, excuse me. Uh, yeah, no, I lost my train of thought. I apologize, folks. I don't have a good brain. It is very bad. Bill. Uh, I'm really I find it weird that people are suddenly refuting Bill Nye, and it's just like why? He's never done anything wrong, as far as I can attest. Like he apologized for the GMO thing. Like he's just like, hey, there's no evidence behind this after all. My bad. Like that was the only thing that I was concerned with Bill. I mean, there was that false flag where it's just like, hey, Bill says there's no that science defines your gender, that chromosomes define your gender. And he's just like, no, I didn't do that, and he's 100% right. That was debunked so fast. That was debunked so fucking fast that it. I I don't know why they decided to think that some. I don't know why somebody said like I don't know why. Uh, I don't know why they decided to dare. I don't know why people dare to make false claims like that from. Oh, I mean, from an abstract like media, I can understand wanting to make a sort of false thing out of that. I can understand wanting to make something that people were like, "What? We did that?" But so many people watched Bill Nye. Like it was a popular show back in the 90s, and they were just like, "Why? How long did you think you'd get away with that for? You weren't gonna." Uh-oh, did I leave my computer to look at the fact? Okay, no, that was really quick. And I look at all the ramen and I'm just like, yeah, I bet there's no meat in those cows, even though that's the case with like all 3D ones. I still haven't played Fallout 2, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I will think about it. I'm considering it right now, but as of right now, nah. And I'm also looking at at like the DNC lawsuit, which is finally getting a fucking hearing, which is about damn time. Here I am being political, but that's a part of who I am. You aren't gonna get one without me. And it turns out Rob Schneider is like getting himself involved on the side of the on the plaintiff side, and it's just like, all right, I'm not opposed to that. Like, I still don't say I still say you're not all that talented as as an individual, but I don't give a fuck if you're Pauly Shore. Like, if you're on the right side, you're on the right side. That's all I'm throwing. That's all that I'm throwing out there, as far as politics goes. But yeah, as far as Fallout 2, don't give up some hope. Don't give me some hope for that. Don't promise. Don't hold your breath. Well, do hold your breath. Do hold your breath, because that is the because then you'll die, and then we'll all be and then each one of us will slowly die one by one. And we bite the dust to kick the bucket, every inch of us. At least I think that's how the song goes. I was referring to a gory song by Creature Feature, a very underrated band. Don't listen to them too often, but I feel like not enough people do. They're a fucking Tim Burton song. They're a fucking Tim Burton band. If Tim Burton formed a band, he'd be Creature Feature. It pretty much just Oingo Boingo with a horror theme element to it. And I'm not even talking about the like emo. Like they aren't emo. They're more like electric pop. Maybe I guess you could say that. But their themes are sort of gothic horror and not in the Black Veil Bride style, but like actual like spooky with a light tone, with a lighthearted tone. They make very fun music, and their theme is also incredibly fun. And you know that's what I like when it comes to my music. Speaking of music, the new Dragon Force singles came out, and you know me, I'm much more of a fan of the new Dragon Force than old Dragon Force. Once they sort of got a new singer, and then suddenly they reformed and said, "Hey, let's actually synchronize and like orchestrate better instead of just of fucking just dicking around on our lappy computer guitars, just like instead of just noodling on them for what feels like an eternity." But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really digging these new songs. Like, and I love Cry Thunder. Power Within is one of my favorite albums. Period. And I liked Maximum Overload. I wouldn't say like it's my favorite. Like I liked Tomorrow's Kings. I liked the song Tomorrow's Kings on there. It was a little bit schmaltzy, but you know I've come to expect that from power metal. Like I was watching, like if you want to hear the most schmaltziest fucking power metal song, I think I would choose "Innocent World" by Freedom Call. Either that one or "Back to the Land of Light." I do prefer "Back to the Land of Light" as a song in general, comparatively to "Innocent World," but I like no. Tomorrow's Kings was good despite its schmaltziness, and I fucking love Symphony of the Night, the song which is a reference to the game, which also I think I'd like once I get around to playing it. I have it. I'm gonna get around to playing it. Y'all don't understand my system. I work exclusively on backlog, so at some point I'm getting around to it, and I plan to complete it before I die. So hopefully you all don't have to worry about that. Man, if I end up dying before I get to play that game, I'm gonna be so upset. Well, actually, I'm not, because I'm gonna be fucking dead. But either way, no. Three Hammers was also really good. It felt like a bit of a sequel song to Cry Thunder, which is fine. By the way, this is supposed to be a lady who's supposed to help you with a main mission if you have proper intelligence. Problem is, if you don't have proper intelligence, she won't give you jack. She won't give you nothing. She's her own independent woman. She don't need no man. Hi, welcome to the library. How do you make a library here? Like, can you check out books? Because, you know, I mean, there's a way to detect them in, well, actually, I guess libraries always did exist throughout time, so I don't know how else they would do it other than on the honor system. This is a shady guy. He's literally called a shady guy. And he's just like, "Hey, what are you doing around here?" And I said, "Have you seen my mommy?" And he's like, "Oh, no, take care, big guy." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, this guy was trying to scam the shit out of me, and I got the pity out of him." I'm not sure if that's an accomplishment or a tragedy, but I digress. No, those are pretty much the only iconic tracks that stand out to me when it comes to Maximum Overload. Like, when it comes to Maximum Overload, like, it had 5 bonus tracks, and one of them was an extension of a commercial song, which is understandable, but it's not really a complete song. It is just an instrumental, so take that with a grain of salt. And then There was and then there was Power and Glory, which I really liked. But of course, it's a bonus track, so I don't really count it as part of the album. I mean, that's just a personal thing because it's just like I find bonus tracks to be a stupid thing. It's the one thing that I'll give shit for when it comes to CDs. It's like you can't get the song even though you paid for it. If you didn't get it like on day one, you have to get the special edition. It's really, why is that a thing? I mean, like before like 2009, like there were bonus tracks were far and in between, and most times they were on disc. Like the first one that I ever like sort of encountered was My Chemical Romance's Black Parade, which had the bonus song Blood on it, which was added as just sort of a throwaway on top of Famous Last Words. And, you know, they didn't charge extra for that shit. That was on every edition. And bonus, I mean, at this point, I feel like bonus songs are the DLC of this. By the way, I want to point out that this guy right here, this big thug guy, reminds me a lot of Johnny Lorenzo. Just in his, of course, Johnny's not as buff as he is, but it's mostly the hair that I'm referring to. Johnny's a bit lighter skinned as well. But that was only a slight deviation from what I was wanting to discuss. Yeah, I find bonus songs on CDs that can only be acquired by special editions. Those are the DLC of the pre-order DLC of I guess the music world is what I'm trying to get across here. And here come the sinuses. And to have like literally 50% of the album like as a side, well, by that I mean like there were 10 songs on the album, there were 5 extra ones. 5 bonus songs. That I feel is quite frankly fucking ridiculous. And I'm going to shame their label for doing that. That wasn't a smart thing to do, because then you've just got a 10-song album, which is fine because, you know, it's a Dragon Force album, and so all the songs are fucking lengthy as shit. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing by any account, but by the way, it looks like I'm getting ahead, but the game won't be having it, as you'll see in a bit. Yeah, I'm not digging any of the new songs from Reaching into Infinity. I'm still going to buy it I'm still going to pick it up. I'm just sort of skeptical right now. And maybe it's just because I'm really digging Sabaton right now. Maybe that's the case. But when I listen to Judgment Day, I feel like I really dug the intro, and then suddenly the song just takes an immediate 180 and goes instead of applying itself to the build-up. Like the reason why. Oh, here comes the fuck. Yeah, there's the fuck. Woo! Oh, damn it. Oh no, that makes me sad. And so I immediately cut to my reloaded save that time around, which is good. And yeah, no, I don't trust this game anymore now that it's starting to break up on me, so that's another reason why I'm not going to do Fallout 2. And and I also forgot that Ailstorm is also releasing an album this month, which seems promising. I haven't launched. I haven't listened to any of their songs. I'm not sure if they released any singles. But I'm gonna find out while I'm still talking here. But I am looking forward to their concert. Hopefully Johnny will be on board for their concert when they show up here. It seems like this year they're the only ones who are bothering to show up. Like out of all the bands that have come out, like let me look here. See, Alice Cooper, meh. I mean, the reason why I say that, like, I'm willing to address that he did, like, help progress, like, metal and... Oh, by the way, you see a very pretty lady who is changing clothes because your character's awkward. But, I mean, I just don't think Alice Cooper, like, while I'm sure that his stage performance will be fine, like, first of all, his concert, I think, is going to be super fucking expensive, and I don't know, I'll put that in the maybe pile now that I think of it, just because, like, it does seem, I am somewhat curious about it now. So, yeah, that's fine. If I happen to have some money, then I'll do it. Right now, I'm saving up for, like, my dog, who needs a surgery, but that surgery is more sooner than later. In fact, I may need to, like, ask for money for that for my birthday. Like, all that it is that she needs a teeth cleaning. And, like, I'm talking about in-depth teeth cleaning, which would take about an hour. It's approximately a $200 job. So it's nothing too expensive for me, fortunately. But I still need to save up my fucking dough for it. And besides, it's not like I'm getting a Switch during the summer. Christ, they are never going to start selling that shit in full, are they? They're just gonna keep, like, dripping from the faucet every single like switch. It's embarrassing. Step up, Nintendo, step up. Epica's coming. That might be neat. Although, like, I did go to the Nightwish concert and they took for fucking ever to set up, which wasn't too great. But I did really like the concert with Camelot, so I may end up going to the Epica one. If Johnny's interested. Though I doubt he'll be interested. Blogging Molly, it's too soon and I'm saving money. Iron Maiden, no! I mean, that concert will go on forever. That concert will feel like it's going for so long. Like, I'll admit, like, Iron Maiden is big and they matter, but I just can't do it. It's not in me. Megadeth, not touching that one. I mean, I like them, but they have their fans. They have their fans. There's that, and I think Chris, what's his name? That drunken alcoholic guy came back. So I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. Birthday Massacre, you know, those guys who came up with that one-hit wonder that went nowhere. They're showing up. I'm not really interested. Visigoth. Ooh, I might go to the Visigoth concert as well, because they're a local band in Utah, so yeah, I'll be interested in them. For sure. I can't believe Stone Sour is showing up and not Slipknot. Like, man. You know, I respect going and investing in different mediums and different styles. But, oh, by the way, this lady is fucking loaded. Not loaded as in me loaded right now, but I like having somebody who can trade with me proper. But anyway, I'm when it comes to Stone Sour, like, I respect it's spreading out in your talent, but Stone Sour is just butt rock, honestly. Like, if you're trying to make something new, then I can easily support you, but it's just it's not too original, I'm gonna say. Like, yeah, the singer has a good voice and all, but they just sound like a grittier, like Nickelback to me. And some of you may disagree, and I respect that. And yeah, no, the main one I'm looking forward to right now is still fucking Ailstorm, who I was gonna look up singles for. You see Rock. I see the Rock. Oh, he'd be useful in a post-apocalyptic. I'm surprised there hasn't been a post-apocalyptic movie with Rock in it, with Dwayne Johnson in it. I mean, unless you count like Moana. I still haven't seen Moana actually. Apparently, it's very middling as far as the reviews go. But first, I'm gonna look up Ailstorm. Ailstorm single. Come on. Oh, and here I try to sneak into the prison, which I managed to do. Hey. Ba 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 ba. Let's see. Ailstorm. They've got a self-entitled single. Is that a real thing? Hold on. Hold on. That's. Oh, I love that and hate that because it's an obvious go-to, and yet I am, and yet like Ailstorm, like I trust them to an extent. I didn't really care for their new album. Like it was fine. Like Drink got really popular, even though like I feel like it was a little too formulaic. And was it back? Was it Back Through Time? No, it wasn't Back Through Time. It was Sunset on the Golden Age. And honestly, like I liked Magnetic North and Walk the Plank. Those were really good. But the rest, I was just more or less indifferent to. I mean, Drink. It sounded more like pirate rock than metal, and I know that's a matter of perspective. But let's see. Yeah, there's a single called Ailstorm, and they've got Mexico as another single, which is interesting. I'll be looking forward to that.